saw the boy with a six-string in his hand. And I staring a life of crime, made him a legend in his time. He is southwest of the Rio Grande.
There were points where we thought we were going to just pass out on stage, that the energy level was so high, you get lightheaded and you just get dizzy, and you'd be like, you're worried that you're just going to collapse, and you just keep going. And it was just, you know, those were the most rewarding musical moments for me personally. I thought that I was going to be famous in terms of being a big rock star up until about 1993, 94. And Bill D realized a lot sooner that we weren't going to make it. So, but I didn't throw in the towel until about then.
When they played, there'd be a line by 10 o'clock to get in. And it was just a complete party atmosphere. Everyone was having a good time, no fights because of the music. We'd average, without Turnstiles or band of their style, maybe 150, 200 people. When they played, we were up to 350, 400 people, which is capacity.
They actually played all year round, but I mean the summertime was really the best time to go see them because you know, they played at the Jersey Shore, which is where I'm from. I guess with the girls it was more of a, you know, more of a hot thing. I don't know, but they'd be talking, you know, about you know, how great the band sounded, and the band members, they'd make comments about, you know, how handsome this one is or whatever. So it was just, you know, that was really the thing. It's so.
Turnstiles is a great band. They played a lot of Billy Joel, mostly, and probably the best Billy Joel cover band I've ever seen.
I handle mostly civil litigation and real estate and some basic will and estate planning and some bankruptcy as well. Filing motions, writing, research, coordinating things with people, talking on the phone. Yeah, that's basically it.
Okay, this is the $1 million view. This is what we're paying all this money for. When we play down the shore, it'll probably be in that direction.
For a long time, I thought that I would just be a musician. And I don't know that one day I might not just be a musician again. Who knows? You know, no one knows where your path is going to lead you. But now that I'm here, it doesn't. I don't mind it. I actually like it at certain points.
2 months into law school, I told him to cut his hair because it looked ridiculous. I was with him. Bill? Yeah. I was with you when you got your haircut.
What's that?
When you got your haircut for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how happy was your mom?
My mom was very
His
happy.
mom loved me for making him get his haircut because he looked like Michael Bolton. So what I'd like to do at this point is have an appraiser that I work very closely with crunch some of these numbers based on your gross income. They usually value apartment buildings for tax purposes based on the income approach and not on a sales approach. Well, it sounds like you're overassessed. What was the purchase date, if you recall?
It was either late 96 or early 97.
there are a lot of times when I question whether I want to be in this business at all. There are a few moments that are rewarding when I can reel in a new client. There are some moments when I just want to put a closed sign outside the door and just pack up and leave.
I've known Bill a long time, since I was probably like 2. And we started our first band together, and he's always been a freak.
I think I can sum this up best. When I was in high school, we had a band. And I would sit through class fantasizing about playing in the band, fantasizing about playing at a show, fantasizing about playing in front of people.
And we made up an original tune called Geraldine. It was like this. Geraldine. 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 Something like that. We thought we were the hottest things ever, you know.
I drive a truck for this company in Linden. It's electrical wholesale distributors. I deliver mainly electrical products. I had a morning and this place is a mess. Total mess. See, I started building this place oh God, it must be 5-6 years ago. And what happened was there's like a water problem now, you know. My idea at the time was to build a studio out here, you know, a place where we could rehearse, record. Bill D, who was playing with me in Bystander, you know, ended up going and eventually became the keyboard player in Turnstiles. Bystander I started, it was my band. Turnstiles, first time with Turnstiles, I don't know, I guess it was just different for me because, you know, I was more like a hired gun, you know. It's not that I didn't care any less about what we were doing. If you told me, you know, basically came to me and said, Buck, you'll be getting up at 5:15 in the morning in about 5 years, I would have looked at you and went, what are you, insane? I mean, I could never picture that. I'm used to rolling in at 5 in the morning, you know? This is all like fan mail and stuff.
I don't think Buck has ever instructed me to do something where I didn't do it.
See, the great thing about Buck is, Buck will say something and make it so. One time we were in Florida, this guy here was out of hand. He was crossing the line. We're walking back from the club to the hotel. Bill was throwing glasses and throwing bottles and causing a general ruckus. And Paul and I were like, calm down, we're gonna go through the lobby, we've already been disciplined, there's gonna be problems. He wasn't responding, he was out of control. All it took was Buck to walk over and go, hey, Wild Bill, just as a goof, let's be quiet on the way in. Without a further word, Bill was quiet and we walked straight into the lobby, no problem.
The band that I'm in now is very unique because no one even talks about making it a career in terms of getting a record deal or making it.
Walk me down the aisle, Daddy. It's just about time. Does my wedding gown look pretty, Daddy? Oh, Daddy, don't cry.
All the bands that are here tonight can also work with a DJ. We do the band DJ combinations. And what about dancers? Of course, we have dancers also. We're not doing that tonight, but if you have any of those questions, anyone from our sales office who are here tonight, I see a couple standing over in the corner, can answer those questions for you.
weddings, we do bar mitzvahs, Christmas parties, anniversaries, so you have to be able to cover a wide range of music. Oh, it is a big business. Music for a wedding is the most important part of your party.
So many songs we didn't get to do tonight. Electric slide, hokey pokey, Macarena, chicken dance, anything you need. If you heard something that you didn't like, don't worry about that. We can take it right out.
If you saw a band you liked, don't wait. Sit down with one of the sales reps, get the information, because tomorrow they may be gone. Thank you for coming out. Please adjourn to the cocktail room, which is next door, and we'll answer all the questions you have. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
This is the best part of the night. This is the cleanup.
Club bands can't make as much money anymore, so all the club musicians are playing in the wedding scene.
Notice how everyone's ready to go home.
Throwing that right on top of your amp.
How are you?
Nipply out tonight.
You're looking great tonight.
That sounds good.
Thank you. Take care.
This is our larger dining room. This restaurant here is pretty expensive. It's fine dining, so we do maybe 125 dinners on a Saturday. We do a lot of parties. Yesterday we did a pharmaceutical party. My grandparents were always in the restaurant business. I was working my way through law school while playing in the band. While in law school, I knew I definitely did not want to be a lawyer. Oh, I think you will enjoy non-smoking more so. Alrighty? Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Truthfully, the restaurant business it's quite similar to the band business in a weird sort of way. You work while the rest of the people are enjoying themselves. You're semi the center of attention. You can make or break their evening. So they're very similar in that respect, but I miss it like crazy, but at the same time, I don't want any part about playing in a wedding band or anything like that. There are these strange annual gigs that we do. One of them is Thanksgiving Eve at the Ville.
Yeah.
One is this gun club in Freehold. They were gigging, I mean, what, a mile away from here, not even, so figured it was a good convenient time to stop by. I haven't even heard their band maybe in the last 3 years, so 2 years, whatever it's been.
This is the nail drying area in here. Makeup. And this is the facial room here. And waxing. Well, I built the place, so it was pretty time consuming doing everything. I did the floors and installed all the cabinets, glass block walls,
painted, basically everything, sinks, everything I did. And then Patty basically manages everything.
It was hard, yeah. There'd be, you know, a lot of neglect to your relationship, put it that way. You couldn't just have a normal weekend where you went out to dinner with your boyfriend and went to the movies, you know. That stuff didn't happen, especially the main summers when they were doing a lot of heavy stuff. I mean, he was working Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You know, we knew that in our hearts at that point they weren't going to be discovered. They weren't going to be famous, and, you know, it was either make or break, go into a wedding circuit, which they tried and that fell through, or it was, you know, get a real job, so to speak, at that point in time. I shouldn't say that now because music supports us, but it was get a real job at that point.
Turnstiles was going to try to become a wedding band, but that didn't work out. I was hoping that that was going to happen because we would have made a lot more money, obviously, because there's more money in weddings than there is in clubs. I like it much better playing weddings because there's not as many, I guess, drunk idiots and stuff like that to deal with, and you're guaranteed pay. You know, we're booked into the year 2000, so it's, you know, financial security right there.
We are Mission Dance. This is Sherry, our lead vocalist. This is Paul, who plays the saxophone, guitar, and sings vocals.
Oh, this is totally different. Oh yeah, tuxedos, kind of, you know, schmooze a little, talk to the clients, all that kind of good stuff, you know.
He's very well built. What do you do? He took his shirt off. He's very well built. Hey, hands off my pole.
You know, if it wasn't for Paul, no one would care about what we sounded like, and there would be bedlam musically, I think.
He's a very controlling factor.
Yeah, Paul would be the guy that came up to me and said, Bill, your guitar sound needs to be changed. It sucks, in fact.
A bottle of white, a bottle of red, perhaps a bottle of rosé instead. Get a table near the street in our old familiar place. You and I, face to face. A bottle of red, a bottle of white.
How's that pasta, Glenn, all right? Why a restaurant? A restaurant because I couldn't fit in the rock and roll uniform anymore. So I figured I bulked up, and what better place to be near my native food.
Joe Bizone Jr. is the executive chef of Due Amici Ristorante in West Orange, New Jersey. We're glad to have you with us.
Bravo, wonderful pronunciation.
Thank you, I worked hard on that. Now, what is broccoli rabe?
Well, broccoli rabe is actually a turnip. It has nothing to do with broccoli except it's called broccoli. It's actually the shoots of the turnip. And it's interesting that it looks like broccoli. It's actually broccoli on a bad hair day.
Well, Thursdays, beyond cooking, is the music night, where we feature myself and other accompaniments. So that's it. So now I sing to my dad, who drinks 2 bottles of wine, and 5 drunk kids at a table. But it's fun. Osgold loves it, the guitar player.
The club musician, you know, it's a hard life. Much easier when you're in your 20s than when you're in your 30s, you know. And he's writing, and he's very creative and coming up with a lot of great things. and running a restaurant at the same time. But I would imagine that he would love a full-time songwriter.
You're talking about a bunch of kids. This is probably my wife right now saying, enough with the questions, come home. A bunch of kids in the prime, all single, on the Jersey Shore, probably arguably one of the hottest spots in the country to be. To say the greatest Turnstile moment of all time, musically, was at the Osprey on July 4th weekend. And the place was packed. Must have been about 2,000–3,000 people there, all screaming at the top of their lungs. Blue light, smoke. It's like a major production. And of course, you know, I'm in the back room, long hair, maybe 70 pounds lighter. Okay, 20 pounds lighter, but who's counting? Fixing the hair. It was beautiful. I'm like, okay, man, July 4th Osprey, I got them all tonight. So, dum, ba-da-da-dum, what's my cue? Dum, ba-da-da-dum, dum, ba! Bust out the door, run to the stage, grab the mic. The roses in the window box, tilted to one side. And I'm looking at a girl, I'm like, and all the girls are looking at me, and everything about this house is unbelievable. I get a note. Now they're passing me notes. Oh, I'm like, I don't want to read the note. You're a bluebird on the telegraph line. Another note. I'm like, they want me bad. I read the note. It says, flies open, asshole. I look down, my flies open. 3,000 people staring at white underpants.
Toward the end of Turnstiles, there was a
lot of big meetings.
There was a big morale problem. We weren't getting paid as much as we usually did. We weren't getting the rooms, the work that we usually get. Rob was dedicating most of his time to his restaurant.
Bill D was going to law school, Bill Winters was going to law school, so they weren't, I don't know, as able to go to as many gigs and be available as much, and dollars became more important rather than just playing because we had been doing it so long. So we became the kind of guys that were like, we're not going to play that one, we'll only play this one.
We got as high as we can go. You know, we did as much as any Jersey bar band could do. You know, the next step for us was money. And to make money, you'd have to go into the wedding circuit or the corporate circuit, you know, and that's no fun.
I knew there'd come a point where, you know, obviously you're not going to do it forever. I mean, you know, I said, hey, I'll give it hell until I'm, you know, whatever age, you know, 30 or whatever, and then I got to start thinking a little bit differently, you know. I got to stop sacrificing my family and my wife and my family so much.
My wife's pregnant. She's considering leaving her job. I don't think I could support the lifestyle that my wife wants just by playing in a band.
It is very hard in a relationship when you're in the band because you're out all hours of the night, a lot of groupies around. It's very hard.
You want to know what I'm impressed? That I have a wife with a bigger belly than me and I'm still hanging out with. No, I'm just kidding.
When he was doing the band thing, which was great, it was a good thing for him, and he enjoyed it. When we started to date and get more serious into our dating, he was deciding to make a career change only because that kind of lifestyle really wasn't a good lifestyle for someone who was serious about settling down. So because of that, he changed his career. So.
For my love, I changed my career.
You know, don't get me wrong, it was great playing in front of all those people, you know, and to have everyone applaud to you and stuff for you.
I think you're more grounded, though. You were more realism when it came to
yeah,
that stuff.
you knew that it was basically just another gig. You're playing somebody else's songs.
Basically, for 10 years, I had always played in a serious band, playing every week without vacation for the most part. We always had a band, we always had gigs, And then all of a sudden we didn't, or I didn't. And then I had, you know, weekends. I didn't know what to do on a weekend. To a certain extent, I still don't know what to do.
I mean, I meet guys. I meet guys that I used to play with, who you know see me doing a wedding band thing now and playing with Main Attraction, and you know they'll be whispering in my ear, you know, at a showcase or something like, "Man, doesn't this suck?" That, you know, and I'm like, you know what? It really doesn't suck for me. I love the people I'm playing with. I'm still having a good time. I'm still playing music. You know, I never wanted to lose sight of that. You know what I mean? Sure, would I like to be playing Madison Square Garden next week? You're damn right I would, you know? Sure I would. But the bottom line is I started playing music because I love to play music.
Catch Buck singing this song. He's got the high harmony.
You would view your job or your school, your classes, as you know, something you just had to do to pass time while you were waiting to make it, or at least I did. And then at some point, I'm not sure where it happened, but right around the demise of Turnstiles, everything changed from being, you know, suddenly this isn't something I'm doing just to wait until I make it. This is something that
it's your career.
I'm going to do for the rest of my life, and you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. But in a way, you know, when I look at my life, you know, I did make it in a sense because I had a great time. I played with guys that I wanted to play with. I was lucky enough to be part of it, and you know, things didn't turn out so bad for us. You know, we have jobs, we have families, we have.
We still play.
We have each other. But I didn't see it coming. The first thing that I felt was when it stung my eyes, and I don't think I missed a note. We kept going. What do we got here?
My talents will be recognized and subtly rewarded.
It all depends upon your appetite. I'll meet you anytime you want in our Italian restaurant. All right, here at Cocktail.